Hello, my name is Gay Lee, and you're watching Gay Lee TV. This is my first episode of what I think is going to be a series of talk shows to help people who might be in need of a little extra insight, sometimes a little extra training, sometimes a little conversation where it'll be more one way and you'll be able to email me if you have other concerns. But tonight's discussion is on DWIs, driving while intoxicated or driving under the influence. I started DWI support because several people approached me about helping to reduce the incidence of driving while intoxicated. At least 2 attorneys talked with me about the problem where people were being unjustly arrested, but when they were arrested, they had a blood alcohol content, sometimes twice the legal limit. And the initiative became more about getting them off for their clients than getting them some help. So what I think I should do at this stage is, first of all, say unequivocally, if you are going to have a drink, do not drive at all. Don't get in your car. Don't go near your car. Take a cab. There's nothing that you can say to a mother or a child when you mow their loved one down. Absolutely nothing you can say. So I would think that the first thing I should talk about is not driving while intoxicated. And then have the discussion about what to do once you are pulled over. It all starts with a questionable stop. The police can pull a motorist over for any reason. The police is responsible for telling you why they're pulling you over. The police should never ask you where you're going or where you're coming from, because it doesn't have anything to do with the stop. Now, you might want to check this with some legal minds, but my opinion is this, and it's just my personal opinion. If I run a stop sign, where I'm going, unless it's to an emergency, has no relevance. If you're going to ticket me, you're going to ticket me. Were you drinking? I want to know how that got into the conversation. And usually officers say, well, I smell alcohol. Are you coming from a bar? Are you coming from a friend's house? Are you coming from a party? And most people are extremely honest, and they'll say yes. Even if the drink they had was 9 hours ago, they'll say, yes, I had a drink. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with your honesty. There's nothing wrong when you think that the police officer is just doing a check-in and really has your best interest at heart. Some of them do. Some of them don't. The roadside test. I don't think that the roadside test is a legal test. It's really just to determine whether or not you should be arrested and hauled into the police station. But in any case, do not make the mistake of refusing to blow. And always know that once you're asked to blow, you are going to be arrested. You are going to be arrested because the officer has determined that you are intoxicated. They might not know off of what, but they've determined that you're intoxicated. Since that has been determined, you will be arrested. So if you blow and you blow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times and nothing happens and you still get arrested, when you get to the police station, you must blow again, because that is where it counts. If the officer decides that you did not blow hard enough, did not do something that would test the alcohol in your system, you still have a right and a legal leg to stand on. You accept your ticket for refusal to blow, but you also make sure your lawyer gets a copy of the breath analysis, because that is what shows the Department of Motor Vehicle that you did blow. And maybe the machine wasn't calibrated, but you did not defy the officer, and therefore you were not so drunk that you could not blow. A lot of times what happens is people lose their license for a whole year, and they really don't understand why. I've had clients tell me, well, my attorney said if I ever get pulled over, don't blow. And they lose their license. My cousin said if I ever get pulled over, don't blow. Always blow. That's my humble opinion. You should blow, because that is the legal leg that you have to stand on. The nexus, it's the court, the Office of Alcohol and Substance Abuse Services, and the Department of Motor Vehicle. So when you go to court, the judge is going to ask for an alcohol evaluation. That's when you'll be referred to somebody like me. My job is to determine whether or not you have a alcohol or drug problem. And I use the instruments set up by the New York State Office of Alcohol and Substance Abuse Services, also known as OASIS. Once I've determined that you don't have, or you do have, a drug or alcohol problem, I then enter all of your information into the Department of Motor Vehicles system. And it's in that system where you do a screening, an assessment, and you make a recommendation. You might make a recommendation for treatment, you may not. But if you've refused to blow, motor vehicle bypasses everything and takes your license for 1 year. You'll have your day in court with motor vehicle. Make no mistake about it. But they almost always side with the police officer. So it's because of that you must blow. And you must ask for a copy of the breath analysis, because that counts each time you do this. Even if it's not registering according to the officer, it is registering according to the machine. So it can't be that you did not blow, but there are numbers registered. The district attorney has the same job as the police. The police arrest and the DA convicts. Your your opportunity for freedom and for relief is with your attorney. Get a good one. The legal limit, 0.08. You should not have blood alcohol content higher than 0.08. And if you're 17, you shouldn't have a blood alcohol content higher than 2. And that's not according to the New York State Office of Alcohol and Substance Abuse Services. That's according to me. Because you shouldn't be drinking. You really shouldn't be drinking. OASIS says if you are between the age of 17, or the Department of Motor Vehicles says if you're between the age of 17 and 21, your blood alcohol content should not be higher than, I believe, is it's 0.07. But again, I think you shouldn't be drinking at all. Certainly in getting behind the wheel. That's it for today. We're going to continue. We're going to continue with conversations like this and talks like this so that you will be able to get some good, sound advice. If you're coming to see me because you've had a blood alcohol content higher than 0.08, or if you're a child or a younger person, and your parents want you to be seen by me, I would like you to do one thing. For people between the age of 17 and 21, bring your school records. I want to hear about all of the wonderful things that you do so that I could tell the judge in my letter to the court. If you are older, it's important for you to bring information to me that highlights the wonderful things you do. All too often, a professional person will walk in and assume they're only getting an alcohol evaluation. I'm going to ask them a few questions about how do you drink, how much do you drink, and when was the last time you got sloppy drunk and fell on the ground. No. I'm going to ask those questions, but I want to be able to describe the essence of you. That's what the court needs to know. The judge wants to know that without you, life would be hard. If you are a good teacher, I want to know about that. If you are a good firefighter, if you're a good shoe shine boy, girl, if you're the head cook and bottle washer, the judge wants to know that you spend your days doing productive things. There are many people who come to see me and they think they have a menial job because they work in retail. But when I talk to them, I not only find out they work in retail, but poor people are very, very interesting. They will volunteer to help so many people. I want to know about these things, and I want to be able to tell the judge. My job is to talk about you in a way that says to the judge, we want to help this person to get their life back on track or on track. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And to be continued, we'll have many more discussions like this. If you'd like to reach me, I can be reached at 845-565-1588. That's 845-565-1588. I'll tell you a little secret. Try not to call me after 10 because I don't believe in voicemail. So I answer my phone every time it rings if I can help it. You take good care. Talk soon.